Thanks for watching.
Hey everyone, Steph, Beckett here at InfoComm 2025. It's day one. I'm here at the TD SYNNEX booth, joined by Russell Feaster and John Baker. First of all, introduce yourselves, guys. Tell them a little bit about what you do and TD SYNNEX.
Yeah, so I'm Russell Feaster. I'm the Strategic Business Manager for Endpoint Solutions.
And I'm John Baker. I am the supervisor for our pre-sales engineering team, supporting rAVe, digital signage, video conferencing, and unified communications and physical security.
Perfect. Tell me a little bit about TD SYNNEX and the story that you're telling here in this booth before we take a look around.
Yeah, so at TD SYNNEX, our vision really is to connect the global IT ecosystem and unlock its full potential for all. And so, the way that we do that, we have over 2,500 vendors on our line card. We have over 23,000 amazing employees. And that allows us to serve over 150,000 customers in 100 different countries. And so, for us, being able to come alongside of our partners and really help on opportunities from start to finish is what we love to do. And so we have things like services, we have pre-sales engineers, we have public sector contracts, things like that we can help with. We have financing options, dedicated vendor teams, things like that. So, really, again, we come alongside of our partners in whatever way we can throughout the entire kind of start to finish of an opportunity. So
Perfect. And I'm excited that we're going to be looking at that today as not, solutions one by one, but as how does this tell the full story?
Yeah.
How does this provide a full solution for your customers, for your partners? So I'm really excited to take a look around.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would say for this year at InfoComm, kind of what we were doing is that exactly is what we're seeing in the market and the conversations we're having with partners is really things are moving away from a siloed kind of selling one device and really looking at, okay, how do we solve a full problem? What's our full solution here for different verticals? So we have healthcare, education, we have conferencing, and so let's dive in.
All right, I'm excited. John, you ready to take me around your booth?
Absolutely, let's go.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Thank you, Russell.
Yeah.
So right over here, we've got our healthcare section.
Yes.
So this is part of our public sector, and we actually have a team that can help navigate the public sector. So we actually have a nurse on staff
nice.
with a nursing background that can help navigate, the IT department and the needs of actual nursing and healthcare, and what products on our line card can help sell into that space.
Oh, very cool. So she kind of works in an advisory, or they work in an advisory capacity.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Yes. So over here we are featuring some products from LG. We have a surgical monitor. We have some radiology monitors as well. We're also showing some of their thin clients. So we've got a thin client laptop here on a CAPSA cart that a nurse could use for charting. And then over here we also have a CAPSA cart for telehealth. So that has an LG all-in-one thin client with a Poly X32 mounted on it, and you could roll that into a patient's room, let the doctor kind of see them and talk to them remotely.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So how would this all play out? So these are all, how does this tell the full solution of a healthcare environment?
Absolutely. So it's really showing some of those pieces that we can help with. And so we can't do everything healthcare, obviously. Right. But a radiologist can use these LG monitors and actually be able to read at home and really increase the amount of time that they can, get these images and get them read. So it saves them a lot of time and money. Also, we have the full solution. So we've got the displays, we have the camera, we have the carts. So we can help build these telehealth and these med carts.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
All right, so over here we have command and control. And so we are showing a 2x2 Samsung video wall up here, and it is being run by Blackbox's KVM product, their Emerald product. And down here we have a Lund-Halsey desk sold by Legrand. These can be custom. There's some generic SKUs as well.
Nice.
These are great for command and control, for broadcast. And then we've got HP computing that's driving all of this
Very
here.
cool. I like that for the control center, you're showing everything, including the furniture, because when we think of control centers, usually people just focus on the video wall and what's running the video wall and what's turning each video tile into a digital canvas. We don't often think about the fact that even the furniture is an important part of the technology, so I like that you guys are showcasing that as well.
100%. So yes, and this is all products that you can buy from TD SYNNEX. So this complete solution, every piece came off of our line card.
Perfect.
Yep.
All right.
And Russell, actually, did you want to talk about our contracts vehicle around this?
Yeah, so part of with public sector, we have contract vehicles, and so essentially those are easy buttons that our resellers can use. We have a fully dedicated public sector team. So if you hear things like NASPO or NCPA, Omnia, things like that, those are contracts that we have. So those should be kind of light bulbs in your head to reach out to TD SYNNEX for help for those.
Absolutely. Very cool. Cool. All right.
All right, so over here next is the last portion that we are showing of our public sector, which would be education.
Nice.
Again, we've got a team that is focused on helping resellers in education, as well as our pre-sales engineers. So my background is actually in education,
Perfect.
so I can help with those solutions and speak to that. I think all of the brands here are actually HETMA brands. So we are showing Logitech, rAVe, and Samsung.
Perfect.
Over here, as well as, yeah, that was it. We have Logitech's new Rally Board 65.
Which is probably one of the best boards on the market for education right now.
Absolutely. It is an all-in-one display. The bar is mounted onto the top of it, and it actually can flip. So if you want the camera mounted at the bottom or the top based on your room usage, you just flip the board over. The other piece that we are showing, it's kind of tucked back behind the Rally board at the moment, but we have, it looks like a Rally Cam, and essentially that's what it is, but it's their streamlined kit. So designed to simplify that installation. It has some recall buttons. So really great for education for a teacher who's going to move around the room. You want to set a preset on your whiteboard. You want to set one at the podium. Really help those distant students.
Yep. And we can't forget rAVe over here, which is a favorite for classroom technology. UNC uses them, which is UNC's in our backyard. UNC uses them in a ton of their classrooms because they're really easy to install. And the microphone mist technology picks up all the students when they have a question, and the ones who are watching from home can very easily hear what everyone's saying, which is nice. So that's another great one.
I can't skip the Samsung WAF interactive display.
Yes.
They are very excited about this for the education market. It has AI built into it to kind of analyze and help to support what you are interacting with on the board.
Perfect.
And then over here we have some Logitech peripherals as well. I don't think a lot of people think about the Reach camera as a document camera, but that is an excellent camera over there, as well as their headsets and their iPad accessories.
Yeah. Fantastic. So this is all public sector, and then what's the section that we're going to next?
Yes, so we are going to head over towards conferencing.
Okay.
But, we also want to talk about digital signage.
Of course.
The best way to show digital signage is to be using it. So we are using Samsung's The Wall 110-inch here
beautiful.
as our main display in the booth. Very simple to install. I think it was a total of 5 pieces out of the box.
Amazing.
Yes.
And what's the pixel pitch on this, if you know off the top of your head?
I don't know off the top of my head.
That's okay.
So I want to say this is a 1.2.
Yeah, that sounds about right. 1.2, maybe 1.5.
Yes. All right.
Okay. We're having raveception here
Yes.
a little bit.
Do we want to hit the TD Capital?
Absolutely, yes. Let's talk about TD Capital while we wait.
Sure.
So we have at TD SYNNEX financing options. Obviously, budgets can be tight right now, especially in some of the think about education, and a lot of the conversations that I have with resellers is, hey, they need X, Y, and Z things, but budgets are tight. And so one of the things that we offer is TD Capital, which is our financing option. So we can, whether it's we have programs like Amplify or Capital that can help be able to relieve some of that the stressor of having the money in the moment, and whether that's through, longer terms or, again, financing options for purchasing, things like that. So again, really from start to finish, we can every part of your opportunity we can help with. So
that makes a lot of sense for education, especially just depending on their like finance window, and a lot of them are kind of like switching from OpEx to CapEx, or so like during that switch, it's kind of hard to right. buy a bunch of new technology. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So
perfect. Okay.
Yeah, we see that a lot where we can even help turn things into a hardware as a service then through our capital.
Which is becoming more and more popular as people are switching to that form of financing.
Yes, absolutely. And we see that that's really a value of why to buy through distribution. Besides being the one-stop shop, we've got some of those financing options that the manufacturer direct can't necessarily
absolutely offer you. So
yes. All right, so over here we are talking about conferencing. So we are showing off Smart QX Pro with Smart Teamworks.
Perfect.
And then I'll just really quick, while he's pulling this up, talk about some of the other peripherals that we're showing. So we have the Poly E70 camera, which is an old favorite, but we're also showing their newer E60 PTZ tracking camera. And we also have the Crestron FlexPod for the audio.
Oh, very nice.
Which I need to pull out here onto the conference table. But
yes, that's a really popular one.
Yes, so these are awesome. These can be both for conferencing and for education. Unplug our charge cable here. So, but yeah, these are completely wireless. There's a receiver on the back of the display, and I want to say you could do up to 4 of these units, if I remember right.
I think that you're absolutely correct. I think you can daisy chain up to 4 of them in a given room, which is actually it packs quite a punch for its size.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And this, the USB goes straight in. It's certified for Teams rooms, for Zoom rooms. So we have these hooked up to our Smart QX Pro, and we are running Teamworks on here. So we've got, the whiteboarding that's in the software, but, it's also kind of a kiosking software. We've got the QR code on there, and it can link to your calendar, pull up, your different meetings across different platforms, and actually be able to join to those meetings. So this is a great option to put in your conference rooms, where you need to support, whatever meeting your customers that you're meeting with are using. We also are highlighting the new SmartBoard Mini.
Okay, very nice.
So
yes.
It's very sleek unit, and we're excited to be showing this. This is brand new.
Absolutely. It's been so great to see Smart kind of come more into the conferencing space, because they did start out so heavily in education, but it seems like such a natural move as we're needing to collaborate like this in the office as frequently as we are in the classroom.
Absolutely. And just one of the other things that we want to highlight is our pre-sales engineering team. So obviously this is near and dear to me, my heart, but we've got a great team that can help in ProAV, all the things that we've designed here. Our pre-sales engineering team helps with. But we especially do a lot around conferencing. We've got engineers who are experts on all of the different brands, the platforms. And it can be really hard to navigate. Why should I go with a Poly versus a Logitech? Why should I go with Teams versus Zoom?
Absolutely.
Should I standardize on a single platform? Should I go to PECZIP? Should I do something like Teamworks?
Yeah.
And it's all based on your environment. So our engineers are here to help you navigate those questions, help your your end users navigate that, jump on a call with you, and we'll help you design the whole bill of materials, what you need to purchase. We can even help you then with the installation service through our services team.
Which is really great. I think that support is really important.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, it is so overwhelming. The market is so saturated with all these different types of technology, which is great, but at the end of the day, how do we know what to choose for what? So having that support there to just kind of be well, it depends on what you want. Here's what this does. Here's what this does. I think that's great.
Yes. And I was an integrator before I used TD SYNNEX, and I honestly didn't even know that pre-sales engineering exists. I didn't know that these free resources were available to me, that I could bounce these questions off of and be like, I know how to design this, but I'm just not sure whether I should go this way or this way.
Yeah.
And I had a free resource that whole time that I could have called and just said, what's your opinion? Give me some insight.
Yeah.
Or give me another option.
Yeah.
So.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So next we're
right.
heading to workspace,
Yes,
right?
we are heading to workspace. So we are embracing the hybrid work environment.
As
here.
everyone is.
Yes, absolutely. So we are showing some desks from Corsair here, as well
Nice.
as their 500 Lux gaming chairs. We've got 2 models that we're showing. It comes in, I believe, 3 different colors, but we're showing their Elevate desk as well as the fixed height desk.
Very
These
nice.
come in a 4 and a 6 foot width. And what we're showing here on the right is your home desk. So this is where you might have your gaming setup that you use in the evening and work
Right.
during the day. 5 o'clock, you hit that button, flip it over.
Yeah.
And so we're showing some peripherals for both. We've got your gaming mouse, keyboard. Those work great for either, but there's times that you want a gaming headset and then you don't want to just look unprofessional on your calls,
Yeah.
so you switch over to your business
I
headset.
like that. It's very day to night.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we were going for. We're also kind of calling it the mullet desk, except
Yes.
it's business on the left and party on the right. But,
Perfect.
yes.
And of course, we have our Logitech camera.
Yes, we got our Logitech Brio 505.
Yep.
We've got the Zone, I believe this is the Zone 2 headset. And then over here on this other desk. So this is really talking about, hot desking then.
Yes.
So since you're only in the office a couple days a week, don't necessarily need a dedicated desk.
Sure.
Lets the employer kind of consolidate down on that. And so we are showing a HP laptop with Logi, their MX wireless. We're also showing the Logi Dock Flex that's used for desk booking. So if I unplug this cable here,
Okay.
it'll show, this
Plug
is
in
desk
your
number
computer
4.
to start. Yeah.
Tells you to plug in to start. You can actually book the desk. There's a web portal that you can book these through.
And the MX Brio, I believe.
Yes, that's the
camera.
MX
Yep.
Brio.
I know it well. That's the one I use.
Yep, great camera. And then we also have the Poly headset over here as well.
Perfect. Yep. Love hot desking. It's very popular right now, as most people are not in the office 5 days a
Absolutely.
week. So
here's the other growing segment that I think a lot of people don't realize that we
Yes.
can help with. We have a ton of vendors in the gaming and
yeah,
esports
it's
space.
becoming huge in our industry.
It is.
Every year.
And there is a difference between gaming and esports.
Absolutely.
They're very similar, but there's a big difference, and very much a growing market, especially in education. We are doing Assetto Corsa on here, which is somewhat in between.
Right.
It gets used for esports, but can also be gaming. We are using Samsung's 57-inch ultra-wide monitors.
Gorgeous,
on these desks.
by the way.
They are. We were a little shocked that they were wider than the desks.
Right.
So it is awesome. And then we have Logitech's actual Pro racing wheel.
Nice.
It is a direct-driven wheel, so it
Very cool.
actually generates the same amount of force that actually driving the car would.
Very cool.
We've got their pedal system.
I'm going to have to come back here and drive this.
Absolutely. We're going to have this set up as a head-to-head race competition. So
Oh, very cool.
come race. And,
Okay.
And yeah.
Very
So
cool.
we would love to help you all with those esports opportunities as well.
Yeah, so it seems like you guys have really a hand in just about every market that's growing in our industry.
Absolutely.
But tell me a little bit about being able to focus on everything. I think that's really hard for a lot of other distributors in our industry.
Yes, it is. And so it's really about, having a team that has a focus area in each vertical. So, I maybe know a little bit about each spot, but I'm going to hand you off to my conferencing engineer if that's what you're looking for. I'm going to hand you off to my physical security engineer if that's what you need help with. And we have people that actually have this expertise, field experience that can help navigate you through this process.
Absolutely. Y'all are so big on making sure that people have that support. That is there's a reason why you won our favorite distributor of the year award.
Yes.
Excited
about that.
Yeah. Well, this has been fantastic.
Awesome.
Russell, any final thoughts? Anything that you want our readers and our audience to keep in mind?
I think just to say, we're here to support. So again, from whether it's, pre-sales or it's a public sector contract or it's to bounce ideas off of,
Right.
or, we have, again, you'll as a reseller, you have a dedicated sales team. We have dedicated vendor teams. So, we do try to be all things to all people, which can be a tough challenge, but I think we've got the team to do it. We've got a really well-connected team, and so we're happy to jump in however we can.
Very eloquently said. I love that.
Thank you.
Last question I have for you guys. Where can people find more information about TD SYNNEX?
Well, first you can come by booth 1900.
Nice.
Jump in, come say hey, tdsynnex.com, or you can reach out directly to us. So it's just everyone's first name, last name at tdsynnex.com, or
Perfect.
first name dot last name
Perfect.
at tdsynnex.com.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, Russell, John, thank you guys so much. And don't forget on our side as well, you can go to ravepubs.com/InfoComm for all your InfoComm 2025 news. Once again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we will see you next time. Bye.
See ya.